There is a popular saying that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. In the words of Nelson Mandela, it is what we make out of what we have, not what we're given, that separates one person from another. Young people must take it upon themselves to ensure that they receive the highest education possible so that they can represent us well in the future as future leaders. In the view of that, Honorable Shino Abiolu Pella, member representing Iseyin Isetiwaju Kajola Iwajowa Federal Constituency, thought it wise to nurture young people in the right way to be leaders of today and tomorrow. This zeal in him which births the Lead Generation Initiative, LGI. On the 21st of January 2021, the National Unveiling of the Lead Generation Initiative, LDI, with the theme, The Future Leadership, the Role of the Youth. It was held at the Lagos Hall of the Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Some dignitaries present at the event include His Excellency, Governor Sani Bello, the Executive Governor of Niger State, and also the keynote speaker. Also present are Mrs. Sunday Dare, Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Yakubu Dugara, former Speaker, House of Representatives, Oloye Akin Alabi, the CEO of NairaBet and also federal lawmaker, Mr. Emmanuel Omao, who is also the Commissioner of Youth and Sports, Niger State, and notable Nigerian entertainment superstars like Sound Sultan, Nollywood veteran Kate Henshaw, and other dignitaries too numerous to mention. The event was hosted by multi-award winning Nigerian actor, comedian, and radio personality in the person of Mr. Binga Adeyinka the First. The event kicked off with a welcome address by the Executive Director of LGI in the person of Mrs. Ayobola Pella.
This current generation of Nigerians are not the leaders of tomorrow. They are the leaders of today. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please welcome Chief Mrs. Sefiat Ayobola Abiola Pella to please welcome us. A round of applause for her, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I humbly seek your permission to stand on the existing protocols. I'm sorry I'm unable to be physically present here today. It's due to the COVID-19 restrictions and lockdown in place where I am presently. However, unfortunately, this is a part virtual and part physical event, so I'm joining the several LGI members and many Nigerians from across the country who are participating in this event virtually. I welcome you all with great delight to the Lead Generation Initiative's Leadership Symposium, themed The Future of Leadership, Role of the Youth. The Lead Generation Initiative is a non-governmental, non-profit and non-political organization committed to creating opportunities for young Nigerians to channel their creativity, energy and aspirations to adding value to our dear country right from their immediate communities. Our firm commitment to galvanizing, training and empowering the youth to take part in the task of rebuilding our dear country is evident in our numerous laudable programs, one of which is the Get Involved Leadership Training, which we call the GILT, a training for the youth across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. We're very proud to state that in the last 1 year of our existence as an NGO, through the GILT, we have successfully trained thousands of young Nigerians on effective leadership, strategic communication, community-driven programs, such as the Get Involved Regional Leadership Summit, the Emerging Leaders Conference, Creative Crafts Open, Women Leadership Development Program, National Entrepreneurial Competitions, and many others. Most of our guests here today are accomplished in various respects and will help to speak to the heart of our youths. I strongly believe that by the time we're through with today's symposium, so many young Nigerians across the country watching and listening would have further been greatly influenced and exposed to necessary unique leadership skills and ideas required of great leaders. Once again, on behalf of the management and entire members of the Lead Generation Initiative, I welcome us all to this event and I say thank you so much for being a part of it. God bless you all.
The Nigerian king of soul, Timi Dakolo, who thrilled the guest with his popular song, A Great Nation.
We have, will defend our land. We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. We have, will defend our land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we'll shine like the sun. What a great nation.
In his Godwin message, Honorable Yakubu Dogora talked about the importance of competence in leadership.
I think it was Charles Bukowski, the American-German poet and novelist, who once said that, talking about leadership in his own days, he said the problem with the world is that the stupid people are full of confidence, while the intelligent ones are full of doubt. So if you crudely summarize that, it translates to the triumph of confidence over competence. Now let me speak about leadership. We need to know what leadership is first, before we talk about the future of leadership. And to me, leadership is all about influence. And the truth is that what is the centerpiece of influence is character. If you don't have character, there's no way you can influence people. And character means oneness. It means that you cannot be separated from your word. And it means that you and your word are the same.
While delivering his keynote address, Governor Sani Bello emphasized on the importance of selecting competent leaders at the grassroots. He said it is the base for good leadership.
When my friend, Honorable Shina, a very active person, I had the opportunity to serve with him on a committee. He is still my secretary on that committee. And I found out I didn't have to do much because he was so competent that he did virtually everything. And when you have competent hands around you as a leader, then your work is less. Leadership comes in different strata. You could be a financial institution, it could be in the business enterprises, it could be political. But in this case, having seen the comments from tweets, I think most of us here are referring to political leadership. Now, rural areas, or especially in most parts of the North where the literacy level is low, the understanding of what democracy is limited. So, in the political setup, we have different strata of leaders. You have a governor who is a leader. You have a commissioner who is in charge of a whole ministry. He is a leader because he has to manage the ministry and the people. You have local government council chairman. He is a leader. You have local government party chairman. He is a leader. You have ward chairman. He also is a leader. You have ward councillors. The councillor is also a leader. So leadership is being processed at different layers. And unless the day where we have men and women of integrity occupying those offices, we will continue to have problems. Leadership and youth, it is clear that when you have young people in the system, they want to leave a mark. There's no doubt about it.
The Honorable Minister of Youths and Sports, Mr. Sunday Dare, spoke extensively on government's role on youth empowerment in Nigeria. He also talked about restoring trust between the youth and the government.
I do not come bearing empty promises from government. I come to speak the truth to our youth. Because once I was a youth, and it's a rite of passage. Education is critical for leadership. Honorable Dogara spoke glowingly about the colonial masters. He reeled out the credentials of Lord Lugard Macpherson. They went to some of the brightest schools. His point, which resonated, was that education is critical for leadership. Education is critical for our youth. But Honorable Dogara, you left something out. This country also had a reply and a response to the Lord Lugard and the Macpherson that the British colonialists sent to this country. We had the Tafawa Balewa Abubakar. You need to hear him speak in the Queen's English. Articulate, sound, deep, and intellectual. We had an answer for Lord Lugard and the Queen. Nnamdi Azikiwe, a journalist of yore. We had our own Obafemi Awolowo. We also had Saudana. These were elites. They were youth in their time. They were thoroughly educated, and they were ready for the challenges of their time. Our youth today ready for the challenges that we face? Government must play its role on an increasing basis. I submit. But also, are youth ready to step up into the space? Are youth educated Are you ready to participate, to make the sacrifices necessary to bring about the change that we desire?
The high points of the event was interactive session with panelists drawn from all sectors to tackle the topic for discussion, which was the future leadership, the role of the youth.
And the future of youth and leadership, I would like to borrow a statement made by the Nanzing, one of the leaders, who says, he who has the youth has the future. So today, talking about leadership, and the Right Honorable Speaker made mention about leadership being seen as someone who has influence. Influence, one thing I want to add to that is, we all know that influence can also be negative. Influence sometimes are value-free. So we're talking about influence, channeling people's strength, God-given talent and gift into rightful use where they also will be productive.
Of us youths are not strategic in bringing out issues that we really want. For instance, I can just give example with the 2015 elections. The 2015 elections that came with the cry that we need change, we need change, we need change. And we weren't strategic in even choosing who will be the leader. Because we all need change and everybody was crying that PDP did that, PDP did that, but nobody, and most of the youths were not strategic in choosing who will occupy what position, and everybody just ran with the wind of change. And unfortunately, in some places, yielded results, and in most cases, did not yield results.
You're making laws for a country over a period of 21 years, and women are hardly represented. So it's not even a conversation about youth, it's not even a conversation about godfatherism, it's a conversation about representation, it's a conversation about inclusion. And look, I need to close on this one. This is not about I hate you, I love you, PDP, APC, old, young. The collective Nigeria, the future of Nigeria will suffer as long as we don't do these things right. Women should be represented. People of competence must be represented. I say people of competence because too many times when we say youth, some people just come and think that just because they are 25 or they are 18 or they are 30, then they should be given power. I'm sorry, I'm never the kind of person to come out and say, put youth in power, because it just makes it look like being a young person gives the currency for power. So are you saying when I become 40 or 45, I should go and relax? I'm sorry, I'm not going to relax. If I have the competence and ability to do it at 70, and I don't feel like resting, excuse me, I'm going on the ballot. Thank you.
It's not just about politics. Politics is one aspect of our lives as a people. But politics is a major part because of the policies that are made, the things that affect our daily living. So people always look, oh, I want to be governor, I want to be House of Reps, I want to be president, not knowing that from the little places that you are, you can effect change. And like Omojua said, we're already deficient. We're running at, I don't know, we're running behind because we need to really overhaul the system. There's so much wrong, so much needs to be overturned so that we can finally get on the right path. And I pray really that there will be a Kamala Harris in Nigeria. Even
from another angle, because I feel like we need a multi-dimensional approach to what we're talking about. And I don't know if this will be me being a devil's advocate of some sort, but I just want to come from the mind of the youth as well. You know, over the years, we've lacked heroes in places of power, people worthy of emulating and other things. You know, the youth actually always want to live their life like they're heroes, like people they have grown up to see do great things, milestones, achieve milestones and everything. So you see, that part of it, we need to think, we need to, you know, depoliticize it and come from a place of a humane mindset and just think about how over the years, serially, bad leadership has, turned the mind of the youth away from governance and all those things and just being passive like, oh, everybody in Nigeria today, they will tell you that, oh, they are all governments on their own.
And there's enormous pressure in governance as well because of the expectation of something that is not your work, people expecting you to do because you're part of government, so automatically you're expected to bring all the dividends of government back to them. So it's a very unrealistic thing and it's unsustainable. And that's why you see a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people that will be like, man, I didn't know how this thing was, oh. I'm running. I'm not coming back to do this thing again. So you're not going to have a lot of people, a lot of quality people interested in this kind of thing because they've seen how they've been treated. And you know the funny thing? Even if you go out of government, 10 years later, you're still going to get asked. But you know what? Most people knew this thing before going in. So why we should tackle it, why we should condemn it, you can't complain too much. I said to someone like, look, we know our job is lawmaking, not the work of the executive. But you know what? When we went around campaigning, when people were saying, give us roads, give us light, we didn't say we're not going to bring it. We kept saying, yeah, we'll do everything. How many legislators can stand up during the campaign and say, you know what? All these things you're asking for, I'm not going to provide it because my work is that I want to go and make law at National Assembly. You'll probably not get elected. So everybody will just say, yes, we'll do it. So when you get there and they ask, you can't really blame the people as well. So you know what you are getting into when you decided to pick up the phone.
The event came to an end with a vote of thanks by the convener, Honorable Shino Abiodun Pella, which he said categorically that the right time for the youth to take over is now.
Permit me to start on the existing protocol. I know most of our speakers, they are very busy people and they have other very important meetings as well to attend to. And I say a big thank you to everybody that waited to see the end of this event. It's a new dawn. I believe it is a new dawn. I believe the era where the voice of the young people of Nigeria can be heard has arrived. I'm so excited today to see that an idea that I conceived about a year ago, to finally see it come to reality today is a little bit of excitement for me and relief, and also hope that we will surely get it right in this country. And I can tell you for fact that in as much as they say opportunity meets preparedness, if any of us here still doesn't know that there's an opportunity waiting for us in 2023, I might just need to point that out to you. 2023 is going to give us an opportunity for transition in our government when we would not have an incumbent president contesting. And if you're a politician, you will know that that is a clear chance that it is very possible for Nigeria to take a new direction. So, my people, I'm so happy today with what all our fantastic speakers have said. Every speaker that have spoken on this stage today have spoken so well. All the speakers were talking about the vision, the mission of the Lead Generation Initiative. Today, we are giving birth to Lead Generation in Nigeria. If that sends a message to your head, you will know. If that sends a message to you, then you will see the clear opportunity that we have ahead of us in Nigeria in 2023, that it is doable.
As Nigerian youths, now is the time for us to come together as one and take the destiny of Nigeria into our hands.
We have, will defend our land. We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. We have, will defend our land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we'll shine like the sun. What a great nation.